DFSR, and today I'm really excited to roll out DFSR Pro, the latest iteration of dailyfantasysportsrankings.com's lineup building tools. So those of you who have used DFSR Classic in the past will note that this is a much different tool and interface. So let's dive into how it works. The first thing you'll see right when you come in here is a number of ways to sort through the player pool that you would like to build lineups around. Now, you can always start, of course, by simply using our baseline projections and all players available and get the overall best lineup that we build, but there's so much more that you can do with this tool that I'd love to share with you. So the first filter you'll notice on the left-hand side is simply filtering by games. This is obviously a very powerful functionality that allows you to do a number of things, from stack certain games to sort by different slates and all sorts of things that will be helpful to you. You can go whole games, you can just exclude given teams, maybe you're uncertain about the minutes situation in Denver tonight, so you want to exclude them, and maybe you want to only take Wizards from this top game because who knows what's going to go on with the Sixers in any given game. But yeah, you can pick and choose whomever you want from the teams filter. There are a couple other filters down here as well: salary, points, points per dollar, and in addition, you can choose a given team to stack. So maybe I want to use the general population of teams today, but I really love Memphis's chances given how many opportunities have opened up there with recent trades. So I've got my filters all set up, and the next thing I want to do is going to want to research individual players. So you'll see each player is underlined, and that's because you can do research on the players by clicking on them. Our modals will load up here with recent news, recent game logs to make sure that, say you're looking for minutes safety, for instance, you'll notice Mike Conley's minutes have become a lot more stable since all the players on the team were traded away at the trade deadline, and so on. You can of course do that for every single player. And you can decide, you can think, well, I really actually like Kyrie Irving tonight, even though he's not the top guy in the system, so I want to make sure to play him. And well, Darren Williams is dealing with a dislocated finger injury, so I'm going to actually exclude him because what I'm trying to do is build, say, a good 50-50 lineup, right? So then you scroll down here, you choose how many lineups you want to calculate. So I usually do about 10, and you click calculate. The query bounces over to Lineup Lab, and they kick back all sorts of wonderful lineups for us to play. Now, when we're looking at these lineups, you can either go enter them manually, or if you download and install our Chrome extension, which we'll explain how to do once you actually become a member, you'll see it right there inside of the welcome page. Then you can click lineups and save them. So I'll say this is Memphis stack 1. This lineup actually looks good. I think I'm going to play this tonight. And so on. And then when I'm actually on sites, I can click on the tool and I can see, you see some old football lineups in here. You can see my FanDuel basketball lineups from the past, and there are my new lineups that I just did. And when you're actually on FanDuel, you can go and click submit lineups and get to work. Now, let's say I look at this and I'm not totally satisfied for whatever reason. No problem, I can come up here and either lock in other players. Maybe now I just want to build my regular cash game lineup, so I want to lock in Conley again, and I really like LeBron tonight, and actually I want to play Boogie even though he's not the top guy because he's just been so phenomenal since returning back from injury. I can go down and calculate again. This all happens very quickly, as you can tell. Very nice when it comes to lineup building. You'll see that some weirdness starts to happen when I insist on playing both LeBron and Cousins. I got Isaiah Kanan showing up, so I would probably go back and modify this. But the other thing you can do is actually click on the Advanced tab and put some more variance in your results. So the higher you make the variance, the more diverse the lineups that you make will be. So I'll unlock Boogie and LeBron just so I don't get too much weirdness already, and click calculate. It takes a little bit longer because the algorithm is telling it to essentially not give us a bunch of the exact same lineups. And now I'll start to get some more offbeat, separation style plays, and you'll see the total point projections aren't quite as high, but this is letting us know, well, these will be some non-chalk lineups that you can run and probably get some separation from the field in a big tournament that are still, pretty reasonable points projection totals. And then you'll see things really start to go off the rails towards the bottom. 207 point projection. You probably shouldn't play that lineup with a 94 400 left over. But yeah, so the results variance, probably most useful using it down in the 2 or 3 range. But yeah, so that's DFSR Pro, guys. It's very, very intuitive, very easy to use, and in particular, if you use it with our Chrome extension, we think you'll be really delighted. And as always, if you have any questions whatsoever, please email me directly, james@dailyfantasysportsrankings.com, and I'll help you get started.